What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 81 of EZPZ Podcast. Coming back at you after we did our long stint at Electric Forest and whatnot. Oh my gosh. We're rested, though. You just listened to, probably, some of you at least, just listened to Nick and I's recap of the weekend. All of our fun stuff, our favorite sets, day-by-day schedule. It was pretty tight.
Yes, sir.
So we just finished that out.
How long is that one?
It's only like 50 minutes.
50?
Total. Because we did 15 at Forest. We were going to do another session, but ended up not working out. Just like...
The logistics of
pulling
a podcast together.
It's tough.
It was actually harder than we imagined because of being in back 40, which is like... We had to take a shuttle just to get to the campgrounds, like where everyone else stayed, and the actual festival ground. So... Yeah, the logistics were legit, like the reason.
Oh,
it was
God.
real. But,
I'm just going to be in sarcastic.
No, that's true. The true case. So yeah, let's chat about things. So wait, I guess introductions.
Yeah.
I'm Shaun Johnson. Shaun S. Johnson. Joining me this week, Nick.
What's up, guys?
What up, Nick? Glad to have you back. It's been so long since we podcasted together.
Yeah, it's been years.
And Trey.
Hello.
Rocking the Twitch shirt. I love it.
Yeah. It fits really well. It's a good fitting shirt.
That is a good fitting shirt. You ever had? Yeah, you got those shirts where it's like, this is like the best fitting shirt I have, and I love this shirt.
Yeah.
I have those shirts where it's like, even though they're like getting shitty, they got like holes in them and shit. Like, this is my best fitting shirt, so I'm gonna keep it around.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. So what are we gonna chat about today, guys? Well, we're gonna talk about the woman in San Francisco, Allison Edel, calling the cops on that 8-year-old black girl, fat white woman, calling cops on 8-year-old black girl in San Francisco. We're going to chat about what Nick did this weekend, some rappers getting killed over the last couple weeks. We're losing rappers left and right, guys. And
I wouldn't say that, dude. I think there's enough SoundCloud rappers to like
I mean,
build a niche
the
or
proportion of how many there are to how many are being killed.
We don't need that many SoundCloud rappers. Let's be honest here.
Whiny boy, sad boy rappers. But first, though, we had flooding here in Des Moines. It was pretty intense. I actually picked up Lydia and Gail from the bar at like 7:30 last night. Went to Abelardo's, got some food, and then on the way home, dropped Gail off. It wasn't too bad. I couldn't really see. I don't have AC in my car. So like the humidity and the fog was
really,
like wrecking me, my vision. And then I got Gail home, and then on the way home on the interstate, people were just like crawling or not even driving. And then get off on 42nd here, breaking the 15th wall where I live, but 42nd in Des Moines, Iowa, and there was somebody that was like literally going 7 miles an hour. And we were right behind them all the way until you got to university. And then we get down to the bottom of the university, and it was completely flooded. My car sits really low. My Mazda 3 sits super low, and so I was driving in like 2 feet of water. I'm surprised I have no engine.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
good.
A big dip.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad I live on a hill, so we aren't affected here. Lydia's mom was actually affected because didn't want to go out in the rain and like check the gutter, which I knew was there when I had mowed on Friday, but I feel kind of bad because she has to deal with like a flooded basement. But Trey, what happened with you?
So I was out in doing Harry Potter trivia with my family.
No way! Where at?
It was like this like pizza place out in West Des Moines, like Viva something. I don't know, like some Italian name, and like it was like ran really poorly. But anyway, like so. We were getting crushed in Harry Potter trivia, just like decimated, and then we ended up like leaving like before the end of the last round, and this is like 9:40 or something, or like 9, like after everything had flooded, so probably worst time to go anywhere. And we're like driving through this post-apocalyptic wasteland where there's these cars like underwater and shit, and like. We ended up having to take the weirdest ass route back, but we ended up getting on the interstate, and we're driving by my house, and this bike trail and dog park by my house is just completely under like feet, like probably 2, 3, 4, 10 feet of water. I don't fucking know.
Dude.
It was crazy, dude.
That's insane.
If you look, like all of my sister mainly, Cheyenne, who my family randomly shows, not randomly, like they told me they were going to show up at 1:30. Then it was 3. Now it's like 4:30 and we're in the middle of podcasting on Sunday, and like they show up. But anyway, my sister who's not with them, my other sister, who was just with them, she's sharing on Facebook like left and right, like all these things in Des Moines, like Hy-Vee on MLK, just all these pictures and like video of like completely flooded, like 3-4 feet.
I saw that. That was crazy.
Dude.
Like just there was like Reese's pieces all over the place. Like,
Munchos, bags of Munchos.
Yeah, full packages of food all over the place.
I mean, if that stuff
trying
gets flooded, it's like free game, right?
Yeah. Oh,
you
definitely.
can go loot, I believe.
I believe the looting
It's like
clause
martial law,
comes into
it's
play
just-
here.
Yeah, it's
Go
martial
for
law. I feel so bad though because growing up, I had to deal with flooding at both houses I lived in so one from 90 when I was born to 99, and then 99 to 2004. Both houses flooded like a motherfucker. In the 2004 house that was built in 99, that was a brand new house built from the ground up, and it had the foundation had cracked apparently.
Yeah.
At some point within the 5 years we were living there. So flooding was horrible, black mold, all that shit.
Damn.
I'm no stranger to flooding, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It sucks because my computer room is what took the hit, and it's on like a carpeted area, so it's gonna like reek probably. I mean, I'm doing some shit, but still probably gonna stink.
Pointed out something interesting. Like we usually flood every 5 years or so.
Yeah.
I think about 5 years ago we flooded. Before that, 93.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
know. Like it just seems to happen every like few years.
Yeah, I mean, flooding
For
is
sure.
horrible in Iowa. Like,
We always have a huge problem with
big
it.
thing.
Yeah.
That and tornadoes. Like, we don't have earthquakes. We don't really have any water. We're not surrounded by water like hurricanes and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've never seen a tornado in Des Moines. Anyway.
Oh, really?
Like,
I've seen
I've seen one with my own.
Seen it.
Seen one with my own two eyes. Where did you see yours?
I saw my trampoline fly over my house and into my neighbors across the street, like
That's
into
sick.
their house. Yeah. Oh yeah, my dad who's here, he's here. I mean, I'm not gonna get him on the podcast to say it, but
Yo, daddy.
yeah, Daddy-o, remember when our trampoline flew over our house and crashed into our other neighbor's house, and they were like
Jesus.
all upset. It was like, what can Mother Nature, bitch? Right? But anyway, we were just wanting to chat about that. 7 inches of rain, which is freaking insane. Like I said, MLK Hy-Vee was completely trash. A whole bunch more. Lydia's mom's basement. You had to deal with some stuff. I mean, flooding's been an issue for me my entire life, though. I just now remembered that when I was living with my dad and we were living in these really crappy apartments in Waukee. It was flooding like every time we had more than 2 inches of rain. Like literally like standing water in the entire apartment. That's why I stick with Apple, because my iMac at the time that I had, it was like sitting in like a hot sauna. Like with, it should have been like ruined from like sitting in there that whole time. Never got ruined somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Quality,
baby.
Built to last.
That landlord felt so bad because my dad's disabled and retired and whatever. He felt so bad that he put us up in a hotel for a month or almost 2 months.
Wow.
Dang.
So that was in June 99 or 2009. You know how I know? Because I was about to go to work when I watched the news come on that Michael Jackson had died.
Oh, yeah.
He died like June 2009, June 24th or something.
Dang.
Yeah.
So Electric Forest 2000.
Right, yeah.
Rothbury.
Rothbury.
Yeah.
Obviously, dates get associated for me. I remember dates like crazy, but they get associated at different things in different parts of my life. But let's get into something else. What do you guys want to chat about? You want to chat about that woman calling police on an 8-year-old?
That sounds good. I mean,
It's pretty crazy. So this big fat woman, not really that fat. She's just a soccer mom looking woman, 44-year-old white woman. This all happening in San Francisco.
was she the CEO of that pot thing or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, was it a dispensary or was it like a farm?
It was a farm, and they sold 2 dispensaries in SF, which if you guys remember, top of the year, completely like legalized. Yeah. So I mean, it's booming. Like what Colorado was experiencing a few years ago. They already had some with medical, right?
Yeah. It was pretty easy.
It was
to get
huge
a card.
for medical, and
you could just be like, I have anxiety. They'd just give you a card.
My
like,
nose hurts.
Yeah.
Give me some weed.
I have epilepsy. You could just make
Having
shit
health
up.
insurance is a luxury, though.
Yeah.
For some people in SF. But anyway, so here's a story. I feel like I've been talking for a lot because Nick and I just had like EF podcast, but I'll try not to go through too many details. I'm always too detailed. But this woman, that CEO of the cannabis company called Treatwell Health, she calls the cops on this 8-year-old little black girl. I mean, she was selling water because outside the Giant Stadium or whatever, like they live close to the Giant Stadium. And selling water, Jesus.
Do you
just blow
I guess we
dart?
do have earthquakes in Iowa.
Is that a blow dart?
So she calls the cops on this 8-year-old because she is selling water without a permit. So this is what the top surface level, what we understand what happened, right? Unless you talk to Allison Edel, who called the cops, allegedly. This turned into a huge thing where the mom was recording her and she posted it Instagram. There's a YouTube obviously video of it. Like people can record on your iPhone now, literally record the screen. So you can record what's going on Instagram. Then people are reposting like crazy. We'll get into that with the XXX Temptation getting murdered because it went up on YouTube 1,000 times because people just took the Twitter video and cross posted it. Anyway, this goes viral. The internet is flooding her with hate. Literally tons of hate. This is the flood.
That was a nice callback.
In the news world, the media world, we call that a callback. But anyway, she's getting tons of hate mail from this, right? It's absolutely horrible. Death threats.
Yeah.
Calling her to she's a racist and all this because it ended up being a black girl. She says that she didn't know because we'll get into her side of the story. She is this, like Trey had said, she's the CEO of this Treatwell Health company. Their farm essentially they make pot treats for your pets, which is. Dog owner Alex Bush had something to say. He's not able to be here to talk about, but he's very pissed off that they're making THC infused dog treats. I don't think that's okay.
What if the dog has epilepsy?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it affects them the same.
Well, so first
is
thing, I'd say if an animal keeps eating these treats over and over again, that you're giving them the option to basically do drugs, which is whatever. I don't care about drug use, but if you're anti-drug, I guess yeah. But at the same time, if they keep eating them over and over again, they like the effect of it and they're not getting sick from it, then I don't see harm in it. But obviously, if they're just
it's different. An 18-year-old kid, is that when you can buy weed or 21?
21.
Okay, in all these legalized states, I was 5 or 6. You are 21 years old. You understand for the most part what it's gonna do. A dog can't comprehend what's happening.
No, I mean they get those what's it called Pavlov's dog impulse things and if they ate this bad thing that fucked them up once, I think they would quit eating it. You know what I mean? They're just
probably that's putting a lot of faith in a dog's brain in my opinion, but. Getting back to the story, I think that's a good point to chat about.
I could see it if, like you were saying, if the dog had some sort of a medical thing, and then there was a study. No, and if there was
arguing dog.
If there was some sort of a study that found that this weed dog treat helped, then whatever.
God.
But if it's just recreational, I'm gonna get my dog high. That's kind of weird.
This is where B-Word and I differ, I guess. The one way.
Yeah. So there's this awesome interview, the only interview I think, with Allison Edel and the kid. I forget the kid's name. The mother's Aaron Austin or something. 2 first names. Never trust them. But she does this interview on CNN. And Allison Edel, the woman, the 44-year-old CEO of this pot company, she says, I didn't know she was black, first of all, so I'm not a racist. All I heard was continuous yelling for 4 hours straight of this little kid voice. And the mom was also out there yelling, cold water, $2 or $4 or whatever it is. Ice cold water, $2, $4 or whatever it is. She's just yelling this for 4 hours straight outside of this woman. She's a CEO. It's a Saturday or Friday or something, so she has to work. She's trying to do work, so she goes down and she asks them if they have a permit. So then that's where the hashtag comes out, permit Patty.
Oh yeah.
See if you have a permit to sell water. I mean, she's just basically what she said in the CNN interview is she's brought that up just so that maybe get them to move so she could get back to work.
Yeah.
I mean, as a CEO of even a small company, I'm sure it's insanely stressful.
Yeah, that sounds annoying as fuck.
Yeah, 4 hours straight of just ice cold water, $2.
No, that sounds unpleasant. If that's true, then yeah.
I can believe it. So this is what we're going to get at. I think we need to show this woman some empathy up in this bish. But so they interview the mom and the girl. And the girl's like, I was trying to help my mom. She just lost her job. And I want to go to Disneyland, motherfucker. Oh my God. So the little 8-year-old's like, has good reasonings. This other woman, the white woman, like Allison, she kind of has some good reasons. Like, shut up, kid. I'm trying to work. So this whole thing is just like, I'm like on everyone's side in a little bit of a way. Real quick. Just to cap out like what has happened before we get in our little mini discussion, there's donors out in the world that saw that CNN interview and already have gotten this woman or the mother and her child a private jet to Disneyland paid for. Yeah. So like CNN, like they knew like getting interviewed, they're gonna have some luck on that.
Yeah. No, it's.
All right, where do you guys want to go? We need to set something up. All right, hold on. I'm going to go outside.
Nieces, I've got nephews. I can say, go out here and scream this for like 6 hours and you can go to Disneyland.
Yeah, I've been kind of wanting to go to like Tahiti or something.
Ew. No.
Yeah, I'm just
somewhere tropical again.
Japan.
I'll get my cousins to do it and then I'll be like, okay, I get half of whatever you make.
But are they black?
Oh, no. So,
I've got black cousins, guys.
So they're definitely getting the cops called on them is what that means.
Okay, but for real, what do you guys think about this? Who's in the wrong? If there is anyone in the wrong, I mean, this woman's getting death threats. She already resigned from being a CEO of a company.
It sounds like the police, like the cops should have done, like issued
the cops never showed up. Apparently, she never actually called the cops. From what the interview and everything said, she was just faking it to get them to move. Oh. Along with that permit thing. Like, do you have a permit? Show me your permit. Huh. So this is like, this woman's getting dragged, I guess, is the right terminology.
Good job.
The hip way of saying she's getting fucked up over like next to nothing.
Yeah. I know, it sounds like it's really bad for this
social
lady.
Justice warriors are going in their phone booths and ripping off their shirts and ready for action.
What do you think, Trey? I want to hear.
I think that the CEO is probably right, and if the cops should have issued justice, and that should have been the end of it. I don't know why the internet thinks it's its job to issue or to fuck everybody up. You know what I mean? And
that does seem like pretty 0 to 100 to be like, oh, she's like a racist, or this was like a hate crime. She just hates
death threats.
You know?
It's like, we need this little girl selling water. And I'm willing to kill someone to make this happen, you know.
I believe, I didn't see the full interview. I just saw the clip on YouTube. I believe the full interview includes the interviewer, the CNN interviewer, asking the mother and the daughter, "Hey, do you forgive this woman?" Excuse me, sorry. During the asking Allison, how do you feel about this? You just how do you resign? All this is happening, these death threats. She says, I even went to their or called them up, got a hold of them somehow. And I apologized, and they wouldn't accept my apology. Let's just move on. We don't have to skewer somebody for the smallest. She messed up. She even says in the interview, "I messed up. That was a lapse in my judgment. I mean, I screwed up."
I don't even think it's a lapse in judgment, but I guess if you're gonna do a PR thing, might as well just cover your ass.
She's only 44, Trey. She's got to work for another 30, 40 years.
Yeah. That sucks.
It's insane that this little thing went into her resigning from her job. That blows my mind.
Yeah, no. I've done way worse at work than.
I forgot to mention a detail. Sorry, guys. Trying to just run through my notes. I should never do that. I should know better. But she resigned because other dispensaries that were selling this Treatwell Health, their product, they started refusing sale. They're losing thousands of dollars just because of this too. That company who has people that work for it who are going to be affected.
Yeah, that's so weird. It's so weird to me that would blow up so hard.
It's a trickle down thing, because then those companies, if they keep selling to her, then they'll be like, oh, what are those guys going to think about me because I'm selling to this person?
Dude, why don't all of these internet cocksuckers do this when there's a police killing?
When there's
you don't know what I mean? Something that matters at all?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I think that still happens, but yeah, this little shit needs to... It's petty.
I just don't think they take it to this level extreme, on a police murder, you know what I mean? They just kind of let that go, but then the smallest social injustice happens that isn't police related, just is like viral, like all over the news. It's like, dude, fucking freak out about the fucking cops.
Because it's crazy, like the internet, like that collective group of people that are like can fuck up this woman's life. Like they have a lot of like power, kind of.
Yeah, they have a huge amount of power.
Dude, that's what people don't understand. Like they don't think about is that they have so much power just being a person. Like before, the most power you had really was obviously what you could do in like your local, but then you could vote in national, for the national presidency. But now we can like literally vote every day to whether to like bump something, give it more satellite, more range, more like signal, like a bigger, wider spectrum. Like if I retweet something on both my accounts, that's like not that many people, but the power is like close to 1,000 people probably see that. Like,
and if the right person sees it, then it'll blow up more.
Exactly. It's just like these huge things that the whole viral sensation, obviously we're like 12, 15 years into stuff being more than that, being viral on the internet, right? Like 20 plus years, really.
Yeah.
With like the dancing babies.
Yeah. Oh my God, dancingbaby.com. Yeah.
Dancingbaby.com. Yeah.
That was Trey's homepage back in 96.
No, meetspin.com.
Oh man, mine was Funny Junk. I was pro Funny Junk, anti E-Bombs World.
Okay, I would check E-Bombs. I didn't.
Right,
but
obviously. I was just a dumb kid. Like E-Bombs is obviously better, but Funny Junk was still tight. Those Flash games?
I remember Funny Junk, yeah.
Flash games, baby.
E-Bombs had some hella Flash games. Like,
there
was like a million different games that you could like murder Pikachu in different ways.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like the Pikachu smashing simulator, and then like
there was some
stab
weird
Pikachu.
What was the one where you like spank the monkey? yeah, and like
actually spank a monkey, or
and then like you see how far you can shoot it or whatever, and then like give Britney Spears a Dirty Sanchez.
Did you guys play the kitten cannon?
What?
Did you guys play the kitten cannon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
Splat.
was sick.
Shit was tight. So overall, I think we need to show some more empathy. And the kid's mom, obviously, she's not. I mean, she's not super there. She's like riding this train as hard as she can ride it, like riding this wave, I should say. And I mean, just let the kid's not gonna say, I forgive her if the mom doesn't. So the mom needs to be a good role model right here and be like, show some like empathy here.
Yeah.
Bottom line, in my opinion, I'm not gonna side with the white woman because she did screw up, but she also should be forgiven. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Forget it. And don't need to tell somebody you're gonna kill him for calling the cops one time.
That is the kind of crap I'm like, just unbelievable. Like, let's talk about that Susan Is her name Susan Sanders, the press secretary for the president? Susan Sanders, I believe.
I keep the fuck out of that.
You what?
I keep the fuck out of that.
Yeah. Well, basically, she's this like really unfortunate looking white woman.
Unfortunate.
She's just not like
she
has like a lazy eye and she's like kind of chunky, but like she's doing her job, which is just being the messenger. Right, so we're all shooting the messenger. Not all of us. Like CNN, all these like liberal site or news organizations are like shooting her daily, metaphorically, I mean. But so basically she came up on Thursday or Friday, or it was later this week, about how she had like a part of her daily press whatever speech. She spoke about how her and her family were at a restaurant trying to get food and eat, and they got kicked out because she works for Trump, the Trump organization.
Yeah.
She's getting death threats. She's getting other politicians are calling to like when anyone working for the Trump organization, they go to anywhere, rally and like picket and like what the heck, dude? We're about to have this like civil war up in here.
I mean, if they're at a restaurant, it's probably not like pickets, so like they're forks.
Sounds like they need to get some private chefs or something. Is all I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but
that's crazy.
I just think we're all like trying to find a side, pick a side, and join the side, and like just be so like headstrong. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I don't know who it was. Actually, it was Shayna's dad. Yes, like this weekend, he was saying something about how everybody that like supports Trump is hate. It's just full of hate, just like with.
Oh, cool. So he's not. I'm not on Trump's side. I want to say that right now.
And then he was like, so we should just love more. And I was like, holy shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's just like, I'll love Trump. I don't give a fuck. I was like, all right. He's like, I don't support him. I'm not gonna like follow him or anything. But
look, he's allowed to kick out immigrants that got here illegally and separate them from their family. But I'm gonna fucking hate him for it. Like, that's him being a president. He can do that. He can make that law or whatever. You know, like, he can say that that's how things are gonna be, and I'm gonna be like so anti it. Like, fuck you. You should not be stripping these kids from their families.
So I mean, I think it's fine to like hate Trump, whatever it is, but there's a lot of people that hate the person that like with politics. Like back in the day, you could have a civil conversation. Well, probably not, but like it wasn't so name calling when you would have a conversation about politics, and now like liberals, like so like a liberal person like Shayna's dad was like, they're full of hate. Like instead of like trying to like find their point of view in any way, it's like they immediately want to say something, jump to some conclusion about these people that like just have a totally different range of information than ourselves, you know. So
if I grew up in like a super churchy family and a lot of things didn't happen to me and my family that did, and like we stayed going to church, and I was like, I probably would have still not be churchy just because I would hope to think that. Just, I mean, I'm not very religious now. I'm spiritual in a way, but not religious. And I could see myself following Trump, being pro-Trump in 2016, I guess, now 2018. Yeah. I could see like a path, like just the influences and the people out, my dad and my family and when all of us were around, I could see a path where I could get to that point, right? I think that's what you're saying, Trey.
I just hung out in rural Missouri for a weekend. I will tell you some stories.
Well, real quick, before we get into that, do we have anything else? I want to hear what you have to say about this, Nick, overall. I just think the death threats, like, come on.
No, it's too much. I think it's, I agree with Trey. I think that's way too, this super serious reaction for something so stupid.
Yeah.
It's the cops one time. Like, it's not even, that's not even like, so like, okay, say she like had flipped the table and freaked the fuck out and like smashed it and stole the money from the girl or something.
Yeah.
Then that would be, to me, maybe death threat worthy, or at least like internet blasted, resign from your job. But like to call the cops, even like assuming she did call the cops, that's like not anywhere close to like the reaction
that should have happened. Yeah.
Real quick, I do want to mention another detail I overlooked on my notes here. During the interview, the CNN correspondent, journalist, whatever you want to call that guy, asked the mom something like, you know, like how could this have escalated in a way like that? Or it was like a leading question to get her to say like literally the worst. She's like, well, she called the cops and we're black, and so we know the cops are killing all the black people. Like she like literally went from like 0 to 100. Like I felt threatened for me and my child's life. Like
Jesus Christ,
dude, this is San Francisco. First of all, not LA, not like,
it's not Oakland.
Yeah. It could have been. No, it wasn't, because it's where the Giant Stadium is. So it has to be downtown SF.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, like, just man, I just feel like everyone's milking. If they can, they're gonna milk the fuck out of there.
If they have a GoFundMe, dude, like they're just like, oh yeah, she was trying to kill us. Like, oh yeah, no, just give us like another $1 million and we'll be good. We'll be good. We'll get the girl to fucking Disneyland and we'll be fine, and all of the mental scars will be fixed. Like,
yeah,
that's all we need.
Although, let's go back to the kid. This is kind of traumatic for a kid, 8-year-old, to have to deal with like some random like person just coming at you like this, trying to like affect what you think you're trying to do good for your family, your mom and stuff. So I'm definitely in the kid's corner, if anyone, of course, right? She has to deal with the shitty mom. She has to deal with
Oh yeah, I mean the mom has her out there like panhandling for her, essentially. Like she probably just said that she's gonna take her to Disneyland. Like had no intention. She's just trying to like I mean, do we have any like info into the mom? Like, do we know what she does or anything?
See, that's
like,
the thing. We could dissect this whole, rip her apart, I'm sure, or the internet could. I'm sure there's some 4chan threads that are, right? Like,
yeah, I bet there's a lot of conservative Reddits and shit that are just like, this bitch is on welfare, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. But
looked up her like past
credit history, and she's like, she didn't pay a debt in 1994, and now we're calling her and giving her death threats.
That happened with that one story a while back where the kid was like getting bullied or whatever, and the mom was like recording it, and then they dove into like the mom's history.
Oh yeah, that poor kid though. He was like such a little cute kid, like the cleft lip kid. Yeah. Oh, I feel bad. Well, he was getting bullied. Like fuck bullies. I'm anti-bullying. That's what I'm talking about right here. Anti-bullying, anti-internet bullying of this 44-year-old. Like, essentially, that's what the internet's doing. They're tearing her apart. She already lost her job as a CEO. Who knows if she's going to get another job in liberal-ass SF. Like,
well, she might have to move to Missouri, but I'm sure someone will hire her.
Middle America.
Oh, man.
Let's move on, though, guys. Thank you for humoring me on that topic of the show. Nick, chat about what you did this weekend. You already briefly discussed it a little, but
yeah. Shayna's dad bought a little like cabin on a lake out in Twin Lake. The lake's called Twin Lake, and it's in Mercer, Missouri. Okay. So it's just like 5 minutes over the Iowa border. So it's not very far away, like an hour and a half. But yeah, it's like right on this little lake. It's kind of secluded. No cell phone service. Like the closest town is a population of like 28 people, which was nuts. So it was like going back into like a time warp.
Yeah, 28?
28 is like 3 families. Yeah. What the heck?
And like a nearby like little suburb town had like just recently got it like internet in their area.
Wow.
Like,
that's sick.
It was some crazy. It was like really weird.
Des Moines, Iowa. That's 1992.
Dude, imagine like growing to adulthood, not having internet this whole time, and then getting the modern internet slammed in your fucking face.
They just got like DSLs dropped on.
We had to download that porn and JPEGs like overnight.
You're like, man,
whoa. Dude, it was kind of mind blowing. And like we went to this little diner, and like I was getting some crazy looks because like
tattoos.
Yeah. I looked city slicker with all these tattoos.
City slicker.
But they had like they had some bomb food, and they had in the town there were 5 fireworks stands.
That's like that's like a fireworks stand for every 5 people.
Exactly. Yeah, the ratio is great. Like you're never gonna run out of fireworks. I bought like $60 worth of fireworks.
Did you?
Blew them up. Yeah, it was a good time.
Blew them up.
It was a good time.
That's that leftover EF money.
Yeah, dude. And then there was this. There's all these like crazy characters out there. Like you could literally have like an A&E like Lifetime show about.
Oh
this.
my
like,
god, dude!
Because there's this like dude, he's like a kind of big fat dude, and they called him Indian Joe, but he's white as fuck. But he wore all this like Indian like necklaces and stuff. And he would like drive around on this golf cart, and he had like an American flag waving in the wind.
Oh my
god!
Yeah.
Dude, Indian Joe is the shit. Let's get him on the pod.
Yeah,
we should.
We have to do a pod on the field, in the field. Of
this place is like open to everybody. You bring out your friends, so like we should go hang out there.
Oh, dude, I want to go for real.
Dude, it was awesome. We like went paddle boating, we went fishing.
Let's do that this fall.
Totally down. It's open. And then like one of my favorite moments was like this little golf cart. I feel so bad for it. Had like 3 of maybe the heaviest women. No, 4 of the heaviest women I've ever seen on it. It had to have been a collective like.
So bad.
It had to have been like a collective like couple grand of weight on that thing. But it was, and like everybody waves out there. Everybody you drive by is just like get a nod and a wave. It's just nice, man. Seeing some nature.
If I'm driving on my street here, 47th here in Des Moines, I wave to everybody.
Yeah.
For real. But I know what you're talking about. It's like even an outsider gets a wave.
Yeah. Oh, I don't give anyone a wave in a car, dude. I'm just like, get me the fuck out of this.
I hate driving.
Yeah. More than anything.
You hate driving, right?
He gets a little finger like, hey, buddy.
Fuck you for driving too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we just had like a really great time. It was awesome. I've never really had like a spot like that where we could go to. So I wanted to see if you guys had any like spots like that growing up, or like if you went to like if you had like any family vacation spots you always went to, or if you had something similar to that.
Trey, let's kick it to you.
We would always go to Topeka, Kansas, so kind of not the same because it's like a bigger city, but we would go to like Lake Sherwood is what it was called, and my grandma owned a house on it. That's where she lived, I guess, and she had like a dock. Well, when my grandpa was alive, like a dock and a boat, and it was like super cool. Like
it's hot as hell in here, so I'm gonna actually open up this. Even though I hope the AC's not getting picked up, listeners playing at home. I'm gonna open up our event so we get some cold air up in here. But go ahead, keep going, Trey.
But we would go there every like 4th of July, and they would do like a parade around the lake, and then they would do like a fishing competition. Like so, you would stay up all night the night before 4th of July and like fish all night and shit, and it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Good times.
Yeah, when I was growing up, we did the ledges a lot. We did the ledges like 2 or 3 times, like summers, I should say, not times. So yeah, my favorite memories out there though is like that's where I first saw my first tadpoles and like big frogs, not just toads. Like there's tons of toads around my neighborhood, but I never ever saw frogs. Like the tree frogs that like. Just hang like the beautiful little green guys that are just sticking to the tree.
Red fingers and stuff.
Those ones where you like lick them and you trip balls.
Oh yeah, those are my favorite. No, but that's where I saw my first bullfrog too. I remember it having like just being gigantic, like 8 pounds of frog. Oh, I just remember chasing it around, catching it, bringing tadpoles home and letting them loose in like the pond close to our house. Yeah, I love the ledges. That's why whenever we have the chance to camp there, which we have done as a friend group a couple times, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, ledges is sweet.
Love
lots
it.
of cool cliffs. Lots of you can like I guess rent like 4-wheelers, and they have some like cool shit you can 4-wheel around there.
Wait, I did not know that. I want to do that next time.
Cool. I've never ridden one of those.
Yeah. The place that we were at, there's this dude named Poppy.
God damn it.
Dude, this place is like
Poppy.
So hick, but it's so wonderful. I love it. You like pay him $1 and then he'll like let you ride 4-wheelers like back in these like trees and hills behind.
So you just did that?
We didn't do it, but
oh man, $1 is like nothing. That he loses money. Gas.
I mean, it's his own property. He's an old guy. He doesn't do shit with it.
But gas costs like $1 at least.
Yeah. At least $1.
Damn, I'll give you a tip next time if I ever go, Poppy. But that's pretty tight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this fall because we're already as a friend group collectively talking about one weekend in like September, October, we just go out.
I want to, man. We always have a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Where did we go last time?
White Rock Conservatory.
Okay.
That place is hella beautiful.
Yeah. We even had it. We were there like cloudy nights, and it was nice. Like when it's clear, it's like really, really pretty in the sky, at least, you know.
Yeah.
But
some stargazing in.
Oh yeah.
I wore my Stargazers Club shirt from Title Fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You have like all these random. You had your DSLR out there, and I just remember being like taking stupid photos, and then next thing I know, like a couple days later, they're uploaded on the internet. Like,
well, duh. I mean, like when I'm taking pictures, you're rarely gonna get like something that like I'm intentionally trying to be like make you look flattering. It's usually like, I'm trying to catch you with like eating a hot dog with like ranch dressing on it or whatever.
Hey, how do you know I like ranch on my hot dogs?
Dude, you wrecked that hot dog. It was like, what was it? Ranch, ketchup. I know I've talked about it a lot, but it hasn't been on the pod.
Was this that bag of condiments you had for a long time? You had like a 5-pound bag of condiments?
This was like in their backyard, just like last year. I had ranch, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise.
I thought this was at the conservatory.
It was everywhere. I guess. This is how I eat my hot.
He had a streak.
If I relish anything, I'll just put it on my hot dog. Like whatever.
I'm just mustard guy. A little mustard.
Yeah, same. Mustard, relish.
Give me ketchup, mayonnaise, hot chipotle. Give me every sour cream. Give me every condiment you got.
I guess I'm just super white bread. Like, super fucking boring.
Well, guys, we don't have much else we can chat about. We can talk about these rappers dying, but I'm just like, they died.
I mean, they died as they lived. Pretty irrelevant.
Oh, wow.
Hot damn.
All right, Trey's getting the death threats now.
Yeah, Trey, you're going to get some death threats on the
Shit.
So anyway, though, real quick, I guess we can talk about it. 23-year-old XXX Temptation, Joseph something. He gets murdered just before we go to Electric Forest. He gets murdered in his like Lambo in front of a motorcycle like dealership and robbed. And there's, like I was saying earlier in the show, there's these Twitter videos of like people like gathering around, like, oh my God, like feeling his pulse and everything, like, oh shit. And you can hear the sirens in the background. The cops are almost there, but like everyone's just spectators are like filming this, and then they post it to Twitter. That gets like aped like through anyone that has an iPhone with OS 11 that you can record the screen. Right, yeah. Then that gets posted to Twitter, and then it gets posted to more, and then more to YouTube, and just there's so many. And I remember it was like I think it was Monday or Tuesday before Electric Forest. I was like watching these videos, just being like, oh, this is horrible. Like, that this guy, he's dead, like, on the scene.
Yeah, no, it's brutal how they'll just share pictures like that, or videos like that.
It's like Lil Peep, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Him just, like, his buddy was like, haha, he's so fucked up, and he's, like, just sitting there, like, purple.
Jesus, yeah, that's fucked up.
And, but anyway, that was super sad that this rapper that was up and coming big time, gets killed. And then just this morning, we learned about breaking news. Toronto, this rapper named Smoke Dogg, who worked with Skepta, who everyone loves Skepta. A lot of people do anyway. This guy, Smoke Dogg, gets murdered outside of a nightclub in Toronto.
Well, so back to Triple X or whatever, X Station. Like, he had, like, fucked up his, like, wife that was carrying a baby, and she's, like, blind in one eye now and stuff. And I'm not, like, wishing death on anyone, you know, but, like, people would have tore him apart on social media and shit if they knew that. I guess maybe not with a rapper. Who knows?
I think they already did. Because I remember when that happened. I don't know.
So what's the whole story? He beats up a pregnant woman?
His baby's mama just, like, beats the shit out of her. You should see the picture. It's, like, really brutal. Her eye is, like, blood. Like, it's looks black. It's like her whole eye just black. Like, it's fucked up.
Dude, I wrote off, and he's on my celebrity blocked list, but Chris Brown, I blocked him on everything. Sure. I hate him. He's like he's just a piece of shit on top of, like, also hitting Rihanna 3 times, like breaking her face up 3 times. He's just a womanizing piece of shit. But on top of it, like, he's an actual shitty human. Like, if you look at, I've, like, on the EZPZ, I'm not blocked on him, so I go to his Twitter. Every time I hear, like, a story, he's a TMZ, the breaking news, Chris Brown's a piece of shit again. I'll, like, go to his Twitter, and it's just him being rude and horrible to, like, everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know he was still like that.
Oh, yeah. He's always going to be like that. He's just going to be a piece of shit. And who cares how talented he is? He's an amazing dancer, and he has a good voice. Like, he does. He is talented, but he's a piece of shit. Same with, like, I just actually this week, like, or earlier this week when I was, like, researching for this pod, I did hear about, like, this guy, X-Temptation. Like, he's just beating this pregnant woman. Like, and I didn't even know that how he was associated to her, but, like.
Yeah, he was facing the charges for that before he was killed, you know, so. Interesting, I guess, but like I said, I wouldn't wish death on Chris Brown. Like,
hell
even
no.
if he sucks, you know, like, whatever. It's just,
we have justice in this country. Like, you're free until proven guilty or whatever it is. You know, like,
kind of like in the theme of, like, the whole podcast. Like, people are just so quick to be like internet warriors are like, fuck this guy, he deserves to be dead, you know. And that's maybe show a little bit of compassion. Like, not, I guess, compassion, but, like, I don't know.
Try to
don't fucking wish death on him.
Right.
Like, it's just overkill. Like, don't be
much.
so fucking dramatic about everything.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too.
An eye for an eye.
Right. I'm gonna be going to less nightclubs though. It's official.
It's official.
It's official. Just one murder in Toronto has got me shook, y'all.
Is this the official announcement
Yeah.
to the friend group? It's like, sorry,
Sorry,
retired
guys.
from.
That's what we were talking about in the Electric Forest podcast. How we were not, like, nobody really went hard except for Nick, Shane, and I from Thursday night. We were up till 10 a.m. almost.
Damn.
Sliding down. I have video of us sliding down on a slide, like, all fucked up. Shane is, like, has my phone recording, like, she's wobbly, just standing, and, like, she's telling me and Nick to ride down the slide together. Like, we were just obliterated,
Man.
But what I'm getting at is, like, besides that night, we were all pretty calm at Electric Forest. We've been pretty calm this year overall. I mean,
yeah,
I'm looking back through, like, my weekends. I'm, like, thinking about them. Like, we were out pretty late a couple nights, but
I just have one question. Did you guys ride down the slide together?
Logistically, it didn't work.
I don't think we actually did.
No.
You were pretty sober for being out up so late.
I don't know how.
I don't know how you did it because you were
riding the
Shane
wave
and
with
I
you
were
guys.
super trash, but Nick was just, like, there for the ride. Like, he was coasting. Somehow he got up 2 hours later and went and got food. Shayna did too. I slept through it.
Wow.
Yeah, Electric
Man.
Forest.
I mean,
was-
it's not forced without having a one Saturday or sunrise day.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'd
we
be
love
lucky
this-
to make it till midnight.
I mean, when
Oh,
music will go till sunrise. There were sunrise sets at Forest that we missed.
Oh
but,
yeah, good life.
I mean,
Yeah.
when music even goes till sunrise, it's nuts. You got to be on a different level to keep up.
Yeah, dude, we missed every single Good Life after party except for
We saw a couple
Thursday.
songs of Some Squabby the first after party.
Yeah.
First night after
4
party,
a.m.
Lydia said that a few of your, like, satellite friends had to bail because it was too
Yeah.
intense.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my god, I forgot. We didn't even mention that in, like, the EF podcast, but we're capping out 81 up in here, episode 81, guys. But basically, these friends left Saturday midday. Like, apparently one of them, there was like 2 guys, 2 girls. Like, they are like, 2 of them are like pretty good friends with like Caleb and stuff, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
they all are. Yep.
I don't know the other 2 that well.
Yeah. No, they're all friends of. They have their own kind of separate friend group of like people that work downtown, like restaurant.
Oh,
thing,
server jobs.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. So she lost her phone. One of the girls of the 2 girls, and they were just like, "Screw it, we're leaving." Like, she was so upset. Like, they packed up and left. Yeah. And if you know, like, Electric Forest Saturday is like the most important day, like, because Bass Nectar plays. It's Nectar Day. Everyone refers to it as like Nectar Day. It's a big deal. It's like easily 80-90% of the forest is at Bass Nectar for at least a portion of the set.
It's happened though before. Like, we've had friends that leave early, leave like Sunday.
Yeah.
You know,
but never Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot though. If you're like, so for your first like experience, it's a lot to like take in. 5 days of like partying.
There you go, Nick. Showing the empathy that I'm not showing.
There we go, dude.
Yeah, bringing it back to show more empathy.
It's tough. Like,
I was about to call him and give him death threats for leaving, dude. I was like, not.
Dude, it's hard on the bot. That's probably why we were all so dead the whole weekend. It's hard to party that hard.
Yeah,
for
no,
that long.
I'm okay. So I'm thinking back to 2014, my first forest. I remember Saturday, I just sat in my tent, didn't talk to anybody. I was like, get away from me.
Yeah.
I was just like, if Lydia was coming to talk to me, I literally was just ignoring everyone.
You have to like train.
I just sat there and just my eyes open or closed, just sitting there.
You gotta like train for it, man.
Yeah, and we didn't train at all this year.
It's a marathon, not a race.
We didn't run any 5Ks.
We didn't. No,
we
didn't.
really have only partied till sunrise like twice this whole year. But whatever. I mean,
we weren't ready.
It's still been tight. We still had an amazing weekend, and Forest was awesome. I mean, obviously, I got engaged.
Oh yeah, congrats again.
Yeah, it's tight. We're gonna have a sweet wedding. We're already like huge, big time in talking about it.
Hell yeah.
So, what else do we want to talk about? I think that's it, yo. I think that caps out episode 81. Closing the book on this bish. Closing the book.
Shit.
What else do you have?
80-35.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, let's do it. I have it up here on the Easy Peasy screen up in this bitch. You're right. We should chat about 80-35. Trey said he's gonna try to come, right, Trey?
Yeah. Should.
I'm pretty sure Gail's gonna be there. This is a Gail music festival if I've ever seen it. You know,
Oh yeah.
like, totally her music. I mean, obviously on Friday we got 7 p.m. I'm skipping over a lot of good stuff at the free stages, but on the main stage 7 p.m. This is a Gail and a Shayna and a. Are you a huge Atmosphere fan?
No.
Okay. Gail, Shayna, and Nick are huge Atmosphere fans. So this is great get for Des Moines. I mean, we haven't had Atmosphere in Des Moines since 2015.
It's been a while. Yeah, because he was at
Nightfall, right?
Nightfall. Yeah.
What else, Nick? I mean, and it's right up here. The full schedule is here for you to see. What do you see up?
I really actually only have like a handful of people that I want to see overall, but Fantagram, obviously.
Oh man, Fantagram is one of my top 10, top 15 favorite artist bands of all time. Love Fantagram. That is gonna be a big deal for me.
Yes, sir.
Kicking it over to a couple other artists on Friday. So that we're talking about Friday here first. Everybody listening, playing at home. Hope to see you guys out there. If you see us, yell, "What up, Easy Peasy Lemonheads? What up?"
Throw a
Closet Witch is playing 80-35.
Dude, so what? Who is Closet Witch? Because they're also playing the Des Moines Skate Park Fundraiser 3.0 in later on this month, July 21st.
They're like a grind, just straight grindcore.
Really?
Like, just straight up, like
You're just gonna-
with like black metal influence. Like
Really?
it's like
Man,
crazy.
that's awesome.
I mean, I am gonna.
check that out.
I'm not gonna check them out because Remo Drive is playing at 6:45. I love those guys. They're from Minnesota. They opened up for Hippo Campus on that tour. I went and saw Hippo Campus with Madison and Clem last year. I love them. I've shared their music with you, Nick. You would love them. They have pop punk influence, but they've got more like indie. I mean, they're more indie than pop punk, but you can feel the pop punk influence. Super good, dude. You would actually really like them, Trey. So Remo Drive comes on at 6:45. That's my first artist I'm going to see. That sucks. I'm going to miss Atmosphere.
Oh yeah, looky there. Split the set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, split.
I mean, I am going to go see Remo Drive before Atmosphere.
Split
That's
the
just
set.
me. I am. Oh yeah, I'll see both. Phoebe Bridges, not my kind of music, but a really great get for Des Moines again. That she's playing the main stage. Jeff Rosenstock. You know Jeff, right?
No.
Dang it.
Dude, I'm like kind of clueless, dude. I know the obscure grindcore band. Like,
Yeah. Closet Witch up in this bish. But Jeff Rosenstock, he's like a punk like god. He's been in a ton of other acts. This is his solo work. He just released an amazing album this year called Post.
What was he in?
I forget the names of the bands. I could look it up, but he's been in a bunch of bands, like a bunch of punk bands.
While you're looking that up, I've got a friend of the show, Luis, loves closed format. They're kind of like just a
but look at what time they're playing.
house DJ set. That's 9:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. Fanagram goes from 9:15 to 10:15 or 10:30, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see any closed format. I love them too. I know the closed format dudes. It's what's his name? Friend of the show, Wade, who owns My Anytime Fitness. It's one of his good friends, who I can't remember his name. Gina Calvert, though, that's his like girlfriend. They do closed format together. So are you gonna Bomb the Music Industry? That's his big band.
Sure.
So that he was a lead singer in Bomb the Music Industry, The Arrogant Sons of Bitches, Antar Tigo Vespucci, and Kudrow and the Bruce Lee Band. So he's been around for like since the early 2000s. Badass mother effer. I'm talking about Jeff Rosenstock here, guys. So I'm down to go. I'm really happy to go see him. I forget his other album. His album that just came out this year is on a lot of people's top 25 of 2018 so far lists. I've listened to it all the way through once. I really like it. But his other album that he released in 2016 called Worry, man, I loved that album.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see him. That's in between Fanagram and Atmosphere. So, it's pretty stacked as far as Friday. I'm going to be at Remo Drive and then go to Atmosphere and then go to Jeff Rosenstock and then Fanagram. So it's going to be pretty tight.
You're going to be bouncing around.
I am. Come and go free stage, though. It's lit. What about Saturday? Does anybody... what's the first artist that you're going to go see? Are you going to go to that noon pregame at Madison and Clem's then?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll be there for sure.
Noon on Saturday, pregame, Madison and Clem's, undisclosed area.
Be there or be fucked.
The first thing I want to see is the BJ, the Chicago kid.
Tight. 315, Hy-Vee main stage.
If you don't know him, you actually do know him because he does collaborations with everybody. Chance the Rapper, Anderson .Paak. He's been in songs with everybody. Dr. Dre. Like, he's been in music with a lot of stuff. He's a really cool rapper, so that'll be a good act to check out.
The homies, Rat Boys. I've seen them play with Household. I've seen them play... Where else have I seen them? I've seen them a few times. I love Rat Boys. They've got more than a few really good tracks. They also had a really great album come out last year. Car Seat Headrest. That is a Pitchfork darling mother effer. Like, oh my god, dude. He is straight up like made from Pitchfork Factory. Like,
they like birthed him in a little embryo and created.
Essentially because they gave him such a big push with all of his music. Like, he's only released like 1 or 2 albums. But he has this song about drunk driving. I forget what it's called exactly. Drunk Drivers, I think. Just simply as that. It blew up. If you love Pitchfork, I guarantee you know about him. Car Seat Headrest. Courtney Barnett, the Aussie up in this bish. She's pretty tight.
That's one that Madison was looking forward to.
Yeah, Madison really loves Courtney. She's going to be playing at 7 p.m. The Poison Control Center,
I know them.
Yeah, they're like big time Des Moines legends, right?
Yeah. I saw them like outside of Old Cup of Kryptonite, which was on the south side, and they were just playing outside of that place, like probably 08 or something like that.
Then they broke up, and then they ended up coming back at 8035 2011 or 12 and headlined it. Bass Raj. You can't forget about DJ Raj up in this bitch.
I was wondering, is that actually what it was?
That's DJ Raj. Wow. And DJ Raj and Friends, essentially.
Dang. DJ Raj and Friends. Closing it out. Saturday night.
Well, I'm going to be at Kesha, just because Kesha's going to put on a really fun show. And she does have like more than a handful of really good tracks.
A bunch of the friends of the show just went and saw her. They had bought tickets to the show without knowing she was going to be ended up on 835 lineup. My
coworker did the same thing, and then she ended up, and she's not able to even go to 835 now. So
yeah, it'll be cool just to say I saw her. I guess maybe
there's a ton of shows happening in that place. What's it called?
Which place?
That Kesha just played it on Friday.
Oh, I don't know where she was at.
It's like Northwest Iowa, Sioux City. Yeah, Sioux City something. There's like a place out in Sioux City. A Day to Remember just played there. A bunch of like big names are playing there instead of Seven Flags because Seven Flags is doing nothing for numbers.
Yeah, I know that place sucks.
That place blows. But anyway, there's some other good stuff, guys. Nationwide, like Karen Meet, the host country. Be Well is very, very, very fun.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, 8035 is pretty lit this year, at least for me, because they're bringing somebody so like big time for me. Fanagram. Man, a few words after podcasting for 2 hours. So thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for kicking it back to 8035, Nick. Join us for episode 81, EZPZ Podcast. Appreciate you guys dealing with the no AC because I didn't want it to fuck up the sound. I'm drenched in sweat.
Yeah, I'm actually not too bad. I usually sweat pretty good.
I'm okay. It's gonna be really nice to get into like the AC though.
So we open up the door, yeah.
Yeah,
Blast of cold air.
So thank you guys for joining us. This has been episode 81 of EZPZ Podcast. Where can they find you? Totally Trey.
I don't even know anymore. Twitch.tv/TotallyTrey and Instagram and Twitter and all that. You can probably track it down. So
Totally_Trey on Twitter. Totally.Trey on Instagram.
Thank you.
Nick.
I like how he remembers more than.
Well,
you got it down. Bazooka_Nick on Instagram. That's about it.
Nick Gandy R on Facebook.
I don't use it anymore.
I know. Why not?
It's terrible.
Are you anti-Facebook?
Facebook, you have to do some like interesting shit to get like anything going on a business page. It's like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like the hardest because you can't just hashtag like a lot of other stuff. You can get like exposure on Twitter or Instagram.
They want you to buy ads and they're pushing it in your face every day. It's so annoying.
Yeah, no, it's really annoying. It's like, hey, boost everything you've ever posted.
We'll give you a free $5, but the least that you can spend on boosting is $7.
Really?
Yeah, it's like stuff like that.
I got like 10 and did like a whole campaign with it.
Oh,
or whatever. Really? Yeah. But I've like bought ads before.
I deleted Facebook. I deleted the fuck out of that app, and I feel great. But I did just buy another NES Classic, so now I have to re-download it to post this.
So
NES.
you can sell it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try selling it for $100. Bought it for $60. But this has been episode 81. If you need an NES Classic, reach out to me. I'm Shaun S. Johnson, and at TheEZPZ. Thank you for joining me, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Super late on a Sunday.
Whew. Yeah, thanks for accommodating me.
Oh yeah, dude, no worries.
Yeah, it was fun.
Episode 81, and we out.
Peace.
Yeah.